Welcome to the Daily Vibecasting.
Hey there. We've got a really fast-moving feed today, seriously packed. We're going to be ripping through, 13 significant posts?
That's right, 13. And they're trending across the board, corporate economics, market moves, big AI rollouts, even space preservation plans.
Quite the mix.
Exactly. So our mission today is to basically filter this fire hose for you, whether you're an investor, innovator, or just, curious, and distill the key insights, sharp, confident format.
We're connecting the dots today. Things like, how does a fast casual chain's earnings miss somehow relate to, permanent settlements on Mars?
It's all connected. Let's unpack this snack, starting with the market pulse.
Okay, first up, let's talk value erosion. Chipotle. Oof. Rough quarter for them. Their stock plunged
What was it?
16% after hours.
Yeah, 16%. Huge drop after their Q3 2025 earnings miss. And the feed immediately reacted. At Bucko Capital had this really sharp take.
Let's hear it.
Alternative narrative. You don't get to raise his prices while decreasing quality forever. Eventually, you have to meet your maker. Pretty blunt.
Yeah, and what's interesting is how fast the narrative shifted. It wasn't just, oh, the consumer's broke. It quickly became, wait, maybe the consumer just isn't getting good value anymore.
Right. And the numbers back that up, don't they?
They do. Traffic declined. Same-store sales growth was tiny, like 0.3%, and they had to cut their full-year forecast again. Third quarter in a row doing that.
Ouch. I think we've all felt that, The $15 burrito that seems smaller, it just doesn't hit the same. And at Cobisa letter basically amplified that feeling, asking straight up.
What did they say?
Either Chipotle has collapsed as a brand or young Americans are out of money. Or both. What is happening here?
And based on the context we're seeing, the consensus really leans toward that brand collapse idea, driven by, value erosion. It's not just the price hike.
It's the quality, right?
Yeah.
The portions.
Exactly. People remember those $7, $8 meals from the early 2000s. Now it feels inconsistent, smaller, for twice the price. It's a serious warning, I think, for any fast casual chain thinking of squeezing margins too hard.
Yeah, customer satisfaction matters. Okay, so that's consumer confidence risk. Let's switch to institutional confidence. Crypto treasuries. Got a very concise, very bullish post here from @BrianArmstrong at Coinbase.
Simple but strong.
Yep. Coinbase is long Bitcoin. Our holding increased by 2,772 BTC in Q3, and we keep buying more.
See, that's a major signal, and it's consistent. It's about real institutional conviction, not just, day trading. That Q3 increase, 2,772 BTC, it follows nearly the same amount in Q2.
So they're really stacking it. What's their total now?
Over 14,500 BTC, which is valued at roughly $1.8 billion. It's substantial.
Okay, but why does that accumulation matter? Beyond just the big number, I mean.
Well, it acts as a kind of deflationary pressure, right? Coinbase is actively taking Bitcoin off the market, putting it in their treasury. That boosts its legitimacy, makes it look more stable.
So it's a public statement. Like, we see this as a real long-term asset.
In fact, it helps counter that whole Bitcoin is too volatile perception.
Yeah.
Okay, so if Chipotle's risk is maybe poor quality control, let's look at a different kind of risk, speculative valuations in VC.
Right. At DDDAS flags something potentially dangerous here. Startup founders and employees are making retirement money, $10 plus, from secondary sales in loss-making companies at speculative valuations. This is dangerous for innovation.
This really hits on incentive structures, doesn't it? Who's actually benefiting from all this growth? These secondary sales think OpenAI's huge $6.6 billion tender offer, valuing them at $500 billion.
Wow.
Yeah, it lets early folks cash out massive amounts, often before the company's even profitable.
Hold on, though. Isn't that partly how these startups attract top talent? Like, offering secondary sales is a way to compete with big public companies for engineers and execs, right? Isn't just the market now?
It definitely helps with recruiting and retention, no doubt. Yeah. But the critique here from the source contest is about the consequences. When you generate that kind of wealth purely on hype and valuation before proving the business model,
The focus shifts.
exactly. The risk is that the hard graft of building something sustainable, something durable, gets pushed aside. Instead, everyone's maybe optimizing for the next funding round, the next valuation bump.
So the incentive to actually build a profitable business might shrink if you can already make retirement money off paper gains.
That's the core of the critique.
Yeah.
It could potentially stifle real long-term innovation.
Okay, that focus on maybe fragile valuations, it leads us nicely into AI. Everything's moving at lightning speed there, but Only if the plumbing holds up, right?
Totally. Training these huge language models, LLMs, it's notoriously difficult. Alivaku shared a really key resource on this.
What's the post?
Training LLMs end-to-end is hard. Very excited to share our new book that cover the full pipeline, pre-training, post-training, and infra. 200-plus pages of what worked, what didn't, and how to make it run reliably.
A blog that's basically a book? Sounds intense.
It is. It's the Small Training Playbook from Hugging Face. They distilled everything they learned training their Small M3 model. That's a 1 billion parameter model on, get this, 384 H100 GPUs.
Whoa. For anyone listening, an H100 GPU is like the top tier, super expensive chip for AI right now, running hundreds of them perfectly. That's complex.
Incredibly complex. So what's the secret sauce they're sharing? What's not just in the academic papers?
Yeah, what's the practical stuff?
They really zero in on the painful parts, mostly infrastructure resilience,
Yeah.
debugging how all those GPUs talk to each other, something called NCCL. That's critical.
Why is that so important?
Because if those chips aren't communicating perfectly, your data gets corrupted. And boom, 80% of your super expensive training run just fails. It's a reminder that sometimes it's not even the fancy algorithms, it's the data quality and just making the hardware work reliably.
Right. The boring stuff is often the bottleneck.
Okay.
From complex training to immediate utility. Perplexity just launched something that could really change the game for IP research.
Oh, yeah.
Here's the announcement from @PerplexityEye. Today, we're launching Perplexity Patents, the world's first AI patent research agent that makes IP intelligence accessible to everyone.
Ah, classic AI democratization play. Love it. Traditional patent research is, well, it's a nightmare. Locked behind complex keywords needing real domain experts.
So how does this AI agent work?
It uses natural language.
Oh,
Semantic search. So you can just ask a complex question, and the AI pulls together info not just from patents, but related academic papers, code, even videos.
so it helps find connections you might miss otherwise?
Exactly. Uncovering those non-obvious links. Basically, making really complex IP research something a generalist could potentially tackle. Super useful.
That kind of utility is definitely fueling a massive push for users. We saw a huge partnership announced by Josh Woodward. He's a VP at Google Labs.
What's the deal?
He posted, basically buzzing with excitement. It's 4.43 Merrily PT on a Thursday, and it's launch time on @Gemini app. So excited and thankful for our partnership with Reliance. We've just started rolling out free Google AI Pro plans across India for eligible Geo customers.
Wow, free Google AI Pro in India. The scale of that must be enormous.
It's astonishing. It's an 18-month free subscription we're talking about. That's worth over $35,000. And they're giving it to eligible Geo 5G customers.
Targeting a specific group.
Yeah, strategically targeting the 18 to 25-year-old demographic. It's a super aggressive move, clearly aimed at getting India's youth hooked on Google AI, trying to leapfrog competitors like ChatGPT in a massive market.
Makes sense. Grab the next generation. Okay, speaking of free offers, there was another one that dropped today, but got to be quick.
Oh, really? Who's this from?
Don Vito flagged it. Guys, grab this free pro from @Claudii. Deadline, October 30 at 7:59 a.m. PT.
Wait, October 30th, 7:59 a.m. PT. That's basically now for anyone listening live or soon after.
Pretty much today. And notice this one seems geared towards enterprise. You need a company email to sign up.
Ah, so Anthropic's pushing for business users with Claude.
Seems like it. But there's a catch. Applies to that post. Already mentioning technical glitches, server downtime.
So the classic scaling problem, even with free offers, if the service isn't stable.
Exactly. It's the challenge facing the whole sector, right? No matter how good your user acquisition strategy is, you still need the back end to handle the load.
Which brings us nicely to friction on the ground. Not just technical friction, but ethical friction. As these AI tools flood our workplaces, where's the line on privacy? Toby, the CEO of Shopify, raised this.
Toby Litke, what's his take?
He posted this. I'm actually very pro meeting recording and eye summarization, but I'm not okay with bots joining as fake humans accomplish this. It's a meeting between you and me, not you and me and some startup's viral growth strategy.
Okay, interesting distinction. So he's not against the tools themselves.
Yeah.
Like using Granola or Gemini to summarize a meeting afterwards.
Right. He's fine with that. His issue is with bots that pretend to be participants. Showing up with names like Note Taker Bot or whatever, inflating the attendee list.
Why does he see that as a problem? A fake participant. What's the harm?
Well, his point is it undermines the whole expectation of privacy and, like, personal interaction in a meeting.
Ah, the social contract of the meeting.
Exactly. If you're having what you think is a private chat and suddenly there's this this entourage, as he called it. He even shared a screenshot with 9 AI bots in one Google Meet.
9 bots. Wow. Okay, I see the point.
Yeah, it feels intrusive, like the conversation is being exploited for some startup's growth hack, not actually helping the people in the meeting. It breaks that psychological safety.
Okay, let's pull back from the AI battlefield for a second. Look at the bigger picture global affairs. Some breaking news hit the feed earlier via at Unusual Whales.
What was it? Geopolitics?
Yep. Breaking. U.S. and China declare one-year trade truce after Trump-Xi talks, per YF.
Whoa, okay. A trade truce. After talks involving Trump and Xi. Where did this happen?
The announcement came after high-level talks over in South Korea. The key terms for this, one-year pause. China apparently agreed to suspend controls on rare earth exports and start buying U.S. soybeans again.
And what did the U.S. give?
Agreed to cut tariffs on fentanyl precursors coming from China.
Okay, so it's framed as a truce, but 1 year. Is that really a sign things are thawing? Or is it more like a strategic pause, maybe with elections or other political shifts in mind?
Well, the consensus reading from the source context seems to be tactical, not structural, meaning it's designed to ease the immediate tensions, provide some short-term stability for markets, especially around key commodities. It reduces immediate risk for supply chains, sure, but those fundamental long-term issues between the U.S. and China still very much there. Think of it as a temporary patch-up.
Got it. A geopolitical breather. Okay, from temporary stability on Earth, let's pivot to something aiming for permanence beyond Earth.
Ooh, where are we going?
We're shifting from global trade to celestial preservation. There's this genuinely wild plan shared by @MarianAwful.
Lay it on me. Sounds intriguing.
Grokipedia isn't just online, it's leaving Earth. Sounds crazy, but it's happening. The entire Grokipedia archive is being etched onto stable oxide and sent into space, headed for orbit the Moon and Mars.
Wait, seriously, Grokipedia leaving Earth, like physically?
Physically. This is XAI's plan. Grokipedia, their AI-driven, supposedly uncensored Wikipedia alternative. They're etching its entire archive, over 900,000 articles, onto the super durable oxide media.
Now launching it into space.
Yep, via SpaceX. The goal is literally to protect this slice of human knowledge indefinitely against, wars, floods, asteroids, whatever might happen here on Earth.
Wow, that's ambitious. Preserving knowledge forever. But hang on, Grokipedia itself, isn't it kind of controversial?
That's where it gets complicated, absolutely. And we're just reporting the context here, not taking sides. Grokipedia gets praise for being uncensored, but it's also faced criticism.
Criticism for what?
Because it's AI-driven, some reports, based on public records, suggest its content can amplify certain narratives, including far-right viewpoints, according to some analyses. So the goal, eternal knowledge preservation, is pretty profound. But the actual content being preserved, it's already debated and polarized right here on Earth.
Well, we're sending debated knowledge into space for eternity. Interesting.
Kind of puts a spin on it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, sticking with XAI, @Elon Musk then dropped a super short, kind of dramatic post. Just 2 words.
Which were? Grok Imagine.
Okay. That was the signal, right, for their generative media tool?
Yeah.
Exactly. It came with that nearly 5-minute-long AI-generated sci-fi video, really showing off what Grok Imagine can do with visuals, especially space stuff.
And the contest we saw suggests the latest version, V-Duo.9, lets premium users make really high-fidelity images and videos. Puts XAI right in the mix with all the other generative AI players.
Yep, the creative AI race continues. Okay, let's wrap today's feed with a huge aspirational vision. This one from @SpaceX. It kind of ties a lot of threads together.
Just the message.
For the first time in our existence, we possess the means, technology, and, for the moment, the will to establish a permanent human presence beyond Earth. Starship is designed to make this future a reality.
Powerful stuff. And that was paired with visuals, right?
Yeah, a CGI video showing a Starship landing on the moon. The replies, predictably, got into debates about CGI versus real hardware tests.
Of course. But the core message.
The core point is clear. This is SpaceX doubling down on Starship's role in the Artemis program, positioning it as the key to not just visiting the moon again, but actually staying there, creating a sustainable, permanent presence.
It's a call to action, really. Trying to drum up that excitement again for going back to the moon properly after more than 50 years.
What a sprint. Seriously, we went from analyzing a 0.3% sales jump risk at Chipotle
to that massive free AI user grab in India.
All the way to launching potentially controversial knowledge archives towards Mars.
It really does show the sheer speed and sometimes the contradictions
Yeah.
of innovation right now, doesn't it? You've got tech companies trying to preserve knowledge forever out in space.
While back here on Earth, we're still battling over basic stuff like truth, ethics, privacy, in a simple work meeting with AI bots.
Exactly. So as this pace just keeps accelerating across every field, maybe the big question for you, the listener, to chew on is this. What does eternal knowledge even look like when so much of it is being generated by AI? And maybe more importantly,
Yeah,
how do we make sure our ethics, our rules for interacting with each other right here, right now, actually keep pace with these huge ambitions we have for expanding out there?
that's a heavy one. But yeah, necessary. Something to think about. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the source material.
We'll catch you tomorrow.
Yep. Catch you tomorrow with another stack of posts.